There are numerous challenges in bringing a mesothelioma lawsuit. You have to first and foremost be able to establish the evidence to bring a claim against particular defendants. It's not enough to say a person has been exposed to asbestos and therefore they're entitled to recovery. What you need to do is be able to show that each of the parties that you bring a claim against contributed to the disease in what's called a substantial contributing factor into the cumulative dose of asbestos that ultimately caused the disease. So we have to start off with an investigation to figure out how is the person exposed to asbestos. You can obtain work records. Sometimes those exist, sometimes they don't. Social Security records are kept for each individual by the government. We have to track down other evidence, either from the person who was exposed to asbestos or coworkers. We often reach out to coworkers identified by the individual who was diagnosed, or even do our own investigation to find people who may have worked at the same job at the same time period. And that's one of the big challenges in bringing a claim, is getting that evidence to show that the person worked with an asbestos product, was exposed to a product, and that exposure contributed to their disease. So that's one of the challenges of bringing a claim. Another challenge is the fact that people that are diagnosed with asbestos disease are often very sick and are in difficult circumstances. And you need to be able to work with them in order to give testimony in many instances. And most of our clients are just incredible in terms of their ability to overcome their personal circumstances and be able to relay information so we can prove their case in court, because it's critical to overcome these obstacles to prove our case in order to get the best possible outcome and settlements for each individual client. So the biggest obstacles, I would say, are gathering the evidence, because we're talking about things that happened many, many years ago, and being able to piece it together to put together a case that could ultimately even go to a trial and a jury if necessary. Oslund Udo Little is capable of putting together evidence and information that would apply to particular defendants to obtain favorable outcomes. And if you are diagnosed with mesothelioma, lung cancer, asbestosis, call Oslund Udo Little. We have the expertise to be able to pursue claims on your behalf.